I can share with you some straight up gold as a window cleaner if you've got a small business. And so we just finished doing a job for $550. Well, it's $500. They leave a $50 tip, and off to the next. And so I was thinking about some of the anxieties you can go through as a service business owner, because you have so much responsibility on your plate. And if you fall behind tasks like record keeping, bookkeeping, invoicing, payment collection, market, there's so much, right? My friend Patrick Clark from Sales Boost has like a 21-step process that every single customer must, I was like, what? That's impossible. There's no time to even do the physical work. And when I got to talking to him, I learned that that's for his salespeople, that their whole job all day is to do sales and communicate and follow up the fortunes and the follow-up with customers. They're not doing any physical work. They're doing lots of work, but it's all the stuff. So how are you going to compete with somebody who has a sales guys who are doing that much freaking follow-up when you, as a solo operator, maybe have 1, 2, and 3 employees? How are you going to do all of the stuff? And you're like, what could you, 21 steps? Well, we have communicated. I've tracked 17 times we've had points of contact with certain customers when doing work. Like, this is in a different video. I'm not going to tell them all now, but it's basically like they call you and you talk to them. Then you qualify, and then you give them a quote. You show up, you give them a quote, and then you send them an email or a text message and this, and then you follow up again, then you collect the deposit, and then you go do the job. And when you do the job on your way, you send them a booking confirmation for the quote and for the actual work, and then you contact them when you're on the way to do the job, and then when you're there, you talk to them, and then you greet them, and then you talk to them during the job, in the middle of the job, you talk to them at the end of the job, you ask them for the positive 5-star review. I'm already telling you it all. And then you ask them for the referral, then you send them the invoice, and then you book repeated business and turn them into a client, and then you send marketing message to them and follow-up campaigns. It's a lot. So if you're the $99 guy, you're going to go broke because there's not enough meat on the bone for you to be able to afford, but you feel like you have to be the $99 guy. And I'll tell you one thing, it's go slow to go fast. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Here's the tip that I want to share with you. If you want to crush it, make a lot of money as a solo operator or having a few employees, right? It's called the one and done method. So all those steps, or as many steps are in your process, I feel that you should do them all and be completely wrapped up with each customer. Like when you leave a customer and you collect money and you're sitting in the truck, you should literally collect the money, cash the check, deposit into your bank account with digital banking, record the payment in your software, the billing software. The billing software I use is called Jobber software. It's amazing. I'm a Jobber ambassador for like 4 or 5 years now. I love Jobber. I couldn't imagine running my business without it. If you want a free 2-week trial of Jobber software that helps systematize my business, and you want to try it in your business, it's totally free. Go to getjobber.com/Kelfus, and you'll get a huge discount if you sign up with my exclusive link. I'll put a link in the description below. And so I use Jobber software. So we do everything right then and there, and then right then and there, before I pull off and go to the next job site. And then you got to punch the next job into the navigation, or you got to answer a phone call. You got to book a customer on the calendar. A customer called, you have to follow up with them, and you got to send them a confirmation text that, yes, there's so much stuff to do that you could be trapped in the van or in the truck for like anywhere from 10 minutes to 45 minutes. Like you finish a job 45 minutes ago and you're sitting in the truck and you have so much to wrap up. But I'm telling you, if you push that stuff off and you kick the can down the road, and you say, I'll do it later, you got to rush to get to the next job. What I'm about to unpack to you is extremely powerful. I got to rush and get to the next job, right? So what happens is now all of that stuff gets piled up for the next job, and guess what? 80% of it doesn't get done. The only thing getting done, hopefully, is that you're collecting money. Now you're missing all these things. Customers are falling through the cracks. And now you say, I'm going to do it when I get home. Well, what happens when you get home? You got to eat dinner with your family. Now you got all that, you punch out from work and then you punch in at home and you got all these home responsibilities. And if you're doing all paperwork and working, and then it's leaking into your home life. That's why I like the one and done method, is where you do everything at work and get it all done while you're at work. And the only way to do it is to have a system so it all gets done. But if you say, how are you going to do that? Because I have to get to these next jobs. This is how you do it. You raise the prices. If you raise the prices and you make more money per job, it can afford you to slow down and stop pedaling so fast. It's like stuck in first and second gear on a mountain bike. Imagine if you're pedaling slower but going twice as fast. That's what raising prices does. But you say, I tried to raise the prices and I lose the customers. Me too. That's why you got to open up your funnel and get to more people and qualify more people and build a marketing, advertising, lead generation machine. That way you can afford to put hundreds of customers through your funnel and let all the unqualified ones that can't afford to pay your high price just fall through the cracks while you sift for golden nuggets. Now you can't do that in the very beginning of your business. You got to take what you can get to generate opportunity. But if you live below your means and hustle, you can get to the point where you're really crushing it and making a lot of high profit and having just basically a jackpot elf, easy, lucrative, and fun business. Now, but you have to follow the system. So on the outside, it looks like you're moving slow, but it's only because you're checking all the boxes and crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's and being very systematized. And now, here's what happens. You say, this is my favorite part. Once you got employees, now your truck becomes the mobile office. Your job is to sell jobs, schmooze the customers, which is sorry, this is probably not the right word, but to be very nice to the customers and build relationships and be respectful and make sure that your employees are doing a phenomenal job. And raising the prices allows you to pay for all of this. So you should look at your business and reverse engineer all the math and say, hey, can the price that I'm charging and the man-hour rate afford me to do all these things that I need to do to make my business work legitimately and pay employees well and give them bonuses? No? Then I cannot afford to take on this customer for this low price. Now, do I have a choice? What I mean is, if you don't have a choice, then you have to take on that customer. You got to do what you got to do to get to where you got to get, right? That's why you got to work double time and work overtime. So you got to work like crazy with your hair on fire and keep filling up your funnel so you can expand the top as you dissolve the bottom. You dissolve the bottom as you expand the top. As long as you keep digging for gold and piling more and more and more and more and more leads into your funnel or dirt in your funnel and sifting for gold, is the faster you can get to the good clients who will actually afford to pay, providing you're giving high quality, utmost respectable, clean, conscientious work that is without cutting any corners, and you have a duplicatable system. Like, providing that you actually have great integrity and you do great work and you don't leave any loose ends, and you're a good contractor, you're already at the top 20%. If you just 80% of success is showing up. So the reason I'm saying all this is, providing you got your ducks in a row and your priorities in order, you can build a highly profitable service business that makes you enough money to put Christmas presents under the tree, go on vacations, drive the vehicles you want. My wife and I drive brand new cars. We've hustled for years. I've sacrificed too much. It's very hard. It takes a long time, and I'm nowhere where I want to be yet. But I'm going to be a millionaire soon. I hope you're going to be a millionaire soon too. But when you hire employees, basically, they take over 80% of all the heavy lifting, of all the time-consuming labor, all the implementation, while you focus on sales, marketing, and administration. They do all of the production while you do the sales, marketing, and administration. Because there's 4 pillars in your business, as my friend Brandon Vaughn teaches: marketing, administration, production, and sales. He has a program called MAPS Mastery. You should check it out. It's phenomenal. I'm not going to be teaching what he teaches, but that one thing I do repeat it because it's so phenomenal. So if you're doing the marketing, the administration, production, and sales, you ain't going to be able to do all that all the time. Your marketing's going to suck. Your sales are going to suck. You're just going to be a produce-aholic, and you're just going to be working, stuck doing low profit work for nitpicky customers, wondering why you're banging your head against the wall and your body is being depleted and it's running you to the ground and you're not making any more money. It's because you're not learning the skills and putting in minimum viable systems of the marketing systems, sales systems, and administrative systems. You're just focusing on production, and every time you try to do anything else, it falls short because you're too busy doing all the production and dealing with the customers. So when you get employees and you train them to do the production with my 4-step training system, which is the 4 steps to training employees, you can get that 4-step method at keithkelfis.com/4steps, the number 4 steps, and then you can have my 4-step training book. I'll put a link in the description below to my free steps. So when you learn how to train employees, you can actually leave the job site, sometimes within the first day, within a few hours, if you got the right employee, which will allow you the time to now work on your marketing, sales, and the administrative. Oh, what's coming next is great. And the administration. So now they're doing 80% of the heavy lifting. You go, whoa, I'm making more money doing less work, and now I can focus on the important parts, which is pulling the proper strings into the business to make sure that you have profitable work converting in your funnel. So you're getting the man hour rate you need, now the payroll, the insurance, the taxes, workers' comp, and now you can be in the truck and making sure everything is while they're doing 80% of the work. You're overseeing them, but you're still working hard. Now, if you are in the process of hiring employees, I have 16 documents that all employees must sign before they can get a single check, before they can get their paycheck, help protect your business. I'm not a lawyer or an attorney or anything, but I have taken my documents and I put them together and they're fully editable PDF documents. You can download all of them, and I charge because it took me time to put all this stuff together and make them editable for you with an employee handbook. Go to keithkelfis.com/16, the number 16, keithkelfis.com/16. I'll put a link in the description below. You can download all that. See, I've put all together these resources for you. You can get access to all the resources that I use in my business by going to keithkelfis.com/resources. This is funny. So you get your business to the point, now you're so busy doing the marketing, administration, and sales and managing your employees, you're running around again like a chicken with your head cut off. You went from 3rd, 4th gear back down to the 3rd gear, and you're pedaling fast, and you're overwhelmed because you got to keep these employees working, but you got to keep and stay on top of all the administrative stuff. The next step in the business, I believe, is because the most important thing you want to do is lead production in the field and make sure all the work is getting done properly in a timely manner and in a systematized way, right? While you handle all the administrative. But the next step, I believe, is getting help with the administrative side of the business, which is hiring a secretary, a receptionist, or a kick-ass office manager, someone like that. This is when your business really takes off. And if you don't have the money to hire like a full-time office manager on salary and put them in an office, or maybe they'll be remote, like a remote employee, I've got a phenomenal workaround for you that actually is the wave of the future. These virtual receptionists we've used and have used for years, they're amazing. It's called Jill's Office. Jill's Office is a team of highly trained virtual receptionists who can answer the phones in your business probably even better than you can. Not only can they talk to your customers, qualify them, but they have scripts, so they answer the phone as your business. They can talk to the customers, take all the information and put it into the software like Jobber, which we use Jobber. And they can also, depending on the type of service, they can book and close the jobs for you and put them on the schedule to where all your crew has to do is just look at the calendar or the CRM and show up and perform the work. That's how amazing Jill's Office is. Imagine having highly trained virtual receptionists that work part-time or whatever package you choose. If I'll put a link in the description below to Jill's Office, we're also an affiliate with them, so you can go to keithkalfas.com/resources, scroll down till you see Jill's office, click on them, and make sure you say my name. Tell them Keith Kalfas sent you, and then I'm pretty sure, I don't know what the actual discount is, but you get a discount with your setup fee by mentioning my name, so you get that direct benefit. And then they're also an affiliate. They're an affiliate of mine, so we've been working together so long because of my YouTube videos that if I send them customers and you make sure you said my name, you get the discount, then they give me perks and bonuses. So I really appreciate that. Thank you, Jill's office. Shout out. So with everything that I've said here, you're expanding the top as you're dissolving the bottom, and you're growing your business. I could go on and on right there and start to get into like record keeping, bookkeeping, profit and loss statements and all this stuff. But what I do want to go back to, and the main underlying point, is the one and done method. I've learned in the service business, when you're working on a project, whether it's landscaping and you're working on that garden bed, or you're working on like cleaning windows, like we don't offer, I don't like doing track cleaning. Only a couple of our customers have been grandfathered in. That's where you open up the window, whether it's a pellet or a casement or an Anderson window, and you clean all the tracks and gears and the spider web and the gunk and the goop and the wet stuff, and you pull out the screen and you wipe down and clean the screen, then clean the windows inside and out. It's just too much work. I'd rather just send employees with a water-fed pole to clean the exterior of the windows and do a house for $250, and they could be in and out in an hour. We got paid. It's like when you reduce the complexity in your business and you simplify it, you can make more money and have less headache. And it hurts in the beginning if you've offered a whole bunch of complex services, but when you reduce the complexity, there's turbulence, but then it starts smooth sailing, and now you have a smooth, predictable business. So narrow your services. But anyways, if we're doing something as tracks, it's a pain. You mean I have to clean this window and take it out and clean the inside and then inside it out, and it's a pellet casement window with storms, and then I have to do this and then clean the inside and then open it up and do this, then clean it and put it all back together, and then put the screen back in, lower the blind down, and then wipe the ledge. I've timed it. We used to time it 6, 8, 12, up to 16 minutes per individual window, cleaning windows like this at this, and you need to charge for that. So it could be like $25 per window. You can rack up a bill of $1,200 to $1,500 to clean one house, if you're a pretty good size house. If you're doing the works package, like I said, we just left a house. It was $500. They left me a $50 tip, and my one employee get a $25 tip. So we have a $500 minimum to go inside of anybody's house and do any window cleaning. It's just too much of a pain. Window cleaning can get stressful. But anyways, so the reason I'm saying all that, the one and done method. Something seems painful, but if you just bear through it and get it all done right then and there while you're standing right there with the tools in your hands, don't put it down, put it back. It's like you want to put something down, but you don't. Don't put it down and walk away. Put it back, suffer through it, listen to audiobooks, do what you got to do, and get it all done right then and there, so it's 100% in completion. Every T crossed and every I dotted with the bow tie on it. Boom. Don't resist it. Lean into the pain and get the stuff done. Then it's done. The suffering that you're going to have in your service business, a lot of it's directly proportionate to you not taking responsibility, not being accountable, not holding others accountable, letting yourself, your employees, your clients get away with stuff by you not having structures and systems and boundaries and the strength to put little policies in place of what you do and what you don't do, and when it's okay to break that rule and when you should not break that rule. And a lot of that revolves around time and money. How long is it going to take you and how much money you're going to make, right? If you're going to do something you don't like doing, you raise the price on it so that when you do have to do it, you're getting paid really well. Or if there's something that really sucks, and you know you don't like doing, your employees don't like doing it, you shouldn't ask your employees to do anything you don't want to do personally, but now you can pay your employees a fat bonus for doing that crappy thing, and now they're happy to do it. So it's incentivized. But you can't do that if beggars can't be choosers, if you build a whole business doing a bunch of stuff you hate at low prices. So that's why you expand the top as you dissolve the bottom. So I hope everything made sense. this type of positive reinforcement and behavior and the way you run your business. I can make a whole video about this, but I'll just make this quick. And I'm going to make a whole video about this, but I hope if you're at the end of this video and you're still watching this, I want you in the comments to type in the word, and see if you spell it correctly, perseverance. Type in the word perseverance. That's a power word in the comments. Let me know so I can see that you commented. Okay. The moment your business changes and you wake up and it starts to really become successful is the moment you realize that your business isn't your whole life, and you stop stressing about your business and making your business this whole big, stupid, stressful thing that consumes all your time and energy, and you stop making a mountain out of a molehill. It's when you say, you know what, I got way too much stuff going on in my life and stuff I have to show up for in my actual life to be letting this frickin' business dominate so much of my frickin' energy. And it doesn't matter if you run your business 50, 60, 70 hours a week. There's a point where your business goes bloop and it like separates from you and it becomes its own cosmic bubble, and it's something that now you're no longer trapped in, but you see this, you can interface with the business, but it doesn't control you or consume you anymore, because now it's its own reality. It's a bubble that like you can see from the outside, completely objectified, and the little stresses don't get you anymore because it's just not worth it. You don't take that stuff home with you. It doesn't interfere. And you know how I learned that? I gotta make a whole video on this. It was by dropping on my kitchen floor down to one knee because I almost had a heart attack. That's when I said, whoa, this stress I'm allowing my business to put me through is not worth it. I don't want that to happen to you. I don't want you to have a heart attack. So you be very careful what you say yes to when you, all right, I'm done with this video.